guys, it's Sarah. I know I haven't been on YouTube for 2.5 years. I took a personal hiatus for very personal reasons. I was dealing with a very bad bout of anxiety. If you want me to go more into detail about that, my struggles with anxiety and all of that, I will talk about all of that in a separate video if you want to see that. So if you want to see it, let me know in the comments down below. So I finally think it's time for me to come back onto BookTube. It's a platform that I really love, and it kind of upset me that I have been absent on BookTube for so long. So one of my 2019 resolutions is to start being on BookTube again. So that means uploading, commenting, and all of that, interacting with you guys. So that's what I'm doing today. So for my first video back on BookTube after a very long hiatus, I thought that it would be fun to do a book haul. So recently it was Christmas, there was the Bookoutlet Boxing Day sale, and so I thought that it would be fun for my first video back to show you guys all of the books that I acquired during the holiday season. So I have over 30 books to show you. I got a few for Christmas, but most of the books that I got are from the Bookoutlet Boxing Day sale. 2 years ago, I think, I hauled books from the Bookoutlet Boxing Day sale, and honestly, it's the best book deal of the whole year. So this year I went a little crazy. I ordered 24 books from Bookoutlet. It is hands down the most books that I've ever ordered at once. So I'm very excited. This haul is going to be very long, so grab a snack, grab a drink, sit down comfortably, and let's get into the haul. So I'm going to start with a book that has no relation to Christmas or the Bookoutlet Boxing Day sale. I just bought it at the same time that I ordered books for a family member for a Christmas present. So that book is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This book is so massive. I have Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows. I was waiting for this to come out before I read the trilogy because I wanted to marathon these all back to back, because I feel like if I read one and then I have to wait a year for the next one to come out, I read other books during that time and I kind of forget what's going on. So I waited until this came out and I got it, and now I will be able to read Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows. So that is on my plans for 2019. So probably in February or March I will get to these, because currently I'm reading the Throne of Glass series, and I had to reread Throne of Glass and I had to reread Crown of Midnight. Well, I'm actually rereading Crown of Midnight right now as we speak. I still have the other books in that series to get to before I get to Kingdom of Ash and finish all of those. So once Throne of Glass is all done and out of my TBR pile, I will go ahead and get to the Dark Artifices trilogy. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I have been avoiding spoilers for this like the plague, honestly. It has been so hard avoiding spoilers on Instagram since I'm on there all the time, but I managed to do it, so hopefully I'll be able to do it for another few months. We'll see. Alright, so up next are the books that I got for Christmas from family members. I got 4 books for Christmas, so I'll show you guys those right now. The first one I got is kind of like a yearly tradition. For the past 3 years I have been getting these for Christmas, and I am obsessed with these, and I'm so happy that I got these. So it is the Harry Potter Illustrated Edition, and this year it was the Prisoner of Azkaban one. So 2 years ago I got the first one, which is the Sorcerer's Stone. Last year I got the Chamber of Secrets, and this year I got the Prisoner of Azkaban. Being a very big Harry Potter fanatic, I absolutely wanted to collect these, and the fun thing is, because of all of the pictures and stuff inside, I'll be able to read Harry Potter to my kids in the future when I have kids, and since they'll be picture books, it'll be really fun to read with them. So I plan on getting these every single year when they come out and collect these, so I'll have them forever. And I also like the fact that it's pictures, because it kind of makes it different. It's kind of like you're watching the movie and reading the book at the same time. So I'm a big fan of these, and I'm really happy that I got it, and it's quite a hefty one. I think this is the biggest one of all three so far, so I'm really excited to eventually read these. When I do a reread of the Harry Potter series, I might just reread them from the illustrated editions that I have, so we'll see. The next book is The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them screenplay. I have seen both Fantastic Beasts movie, and I absolutely love those. I'm really excited to read this. I know the whole story by heart of the Fantastic Beasts movie, the first one, but I feel like it'll be fun to read it in the form of a screenplay. I have never read a screenplay for pleasure before. I think I've had like 1 or 2 max to read for school when I was in college, but I feel like this will be a very, very fun take on reading, you know, your normal young adult, or this is middle grade. I don't know if the Fantastic Beasts are considered middle grade. If you know if they are, or if they're young adult, let me know in the comments, but I feel like it'll be super fun to read this in the form of a screenplay. The next book is probably the book that I wanted the most for Christmas, and it's the City of Bones 10-year anniversary edition. It has this really gorgeous cover, gold painted edges, and there are drawings and pictures throughout the whole book. So I haven't been on BookTube for 2 years, but my love for Cassandra Clare books hasn't diminished at all. So if you're new, Cassandra Clare has been my obsession since I was 14 or 15, so like high school Sarah was obsessed with these. When I saw that they were coming out with a collector's edition, I absolutely had to get it. The City of Bones books are the books that got me into reading. I picked up City of Bones when I was in secondary 3, which is the equivalent of 8th grade or 9th grade for you guys in the US, I believe. But yes, I was 15 years old when I first read it for the first time, and it's what got me into reading. I read City of Ashes after that, and then City of Glass after that, and then my obsession for reading took off there after I finished the last book, which is City of Heavenly Fire. Oh wait, no, at that time City of Heavenly Fire wasn't out, but when I finished City of Lost Souls, I directly started the Infernal Devices trilogy, and then City of Heavenly Fire came out. Completely obsessed with these books, so they hold a very dear place in my heart, and Cassandra Clare is my #1 most owned author and my favorite author overall. So when I saw that they came out with a collector's edition, a special edition for the 10-year anniversary of City of Bones, I just had to get it. So I was really excited when I saw that I got it for Christmas. So I'm really excited to reread the City of Bones series and read the first one under this format. It's just really super gorgeous, and I'm so excited to expose it on my Cassandra Clare shelf on my bookshelf. If you see it right there, all of the books. But yes, really happy for this one. The last book that I got from family members is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. I have all of the books except for Kingdom of Ash now. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I am currently rereading the 2 first books so I can continue on with the rest of the series. I have heard nothing but good things about the Throne of Glass series. Everybody is raving about it, and with Kingdom of Ash that came out 2-ish months ago, it has been everywhere on my Bookstagram feed, so I'm really excited to hop on the bandwagon and like be able to talk about it with everyone, because I kind of feel left out if I'm honest, but I am reading them now, so I'll be able to talk about it with you guys soon, and also I'll put out video reviews for each and every one of the books. I already have one out for Throne of Glass and for Crown of Midnight, but those are really old and cringy, so I might actually redo a review now that I reread them for a second time. I feel like that could be interesting to see how my opinions changed. But yes, I got Tower of Dawn, now I'm only missing Kingdom of Ash, so that'll probably be in a future haul like next month or the month after that, so watch out for that. Alright, so those were all of the books that I got from family members as Christmas presents, and now we're going to get on to the books that I have here, the massive stack that I have next to me, that are all from the Bookoutlet Boxing Day sale. So they had a sale where if you spent like an X amount of money, you got an X amount of rebate on your order, and I got 24 books with free shipping for $90 Canadian. So it was a very, very good deal, very hard to pass up. I got my huge box yesterday, and also that's something that was a very difficult process. I was supposed to receive the box at my apartment yesterday, and then I got a notification saying that the postman had passed but no one was home, so they left a notice and they brought my package back to the post office. So that frustrated me because I was home all day waiting for that package. So for a little bit, I didn't think that I would actually get them yesterday, but I got an email notification at like 3 o'clock that my package had been delivered at my local post office and that I could go pick it up. So that's what I did, and I did a huge unboxing on my Instagram. So if you follow me on there, then you are aware of all of the books in that haul. But Instagram stories only last 24 hours, so if you missed it, here are the books that I ordered off of Bookoutlet. It's not an unboxing since I already opened the box, but it is a very, very interesting haul nonetheless. So the first book on my stack is Game by Barry Lyga. I have the first one, which is I Hunt Killers. I started it, but I think I read like 30 pages before I stopped because I wanted to get all of the books before reading it and then waiting until I get all of the other ones. So I saw that they had the second one on Bookoutlet, so I bought it. Now I only have to get the third one, and I think there's a fourth one. I'm not quite sure how many books are in this series or if it's only a trilogy. I'll have to check that out. But from the 30 pages I read of I Hunt Killers, it wasn't all that bad. I actually really, really like and am obsessed with creepy books, so I'm really excited for this. This is kind of like a murder mystery type of thing, so I'm really excited to get into the series. Up next is An Enchantment of Ravens. I have seen this book pop up on Bookstagram nonstop, and I think this is a fairly recent release. I got it in hardcover on Bookoutlet for like less than $10, so it was a very good deal. I didn't know it was this thin though, but I'm kind of happy about it since it'll be a very quick read to get through to up my book count for 2019. So I don't know what this is about, and if you're not new on my channel, you know that me not knowing what books are about isn't anything new. And the reason for that is that I prefer going into books blind or barely knowing anything at all, because I feel like it makes the reading experience that much more fun when you have to figure out everything on your own. So I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks like that, but I feel like knowing too much about a book kind of spoils it a little, so I just like going in blind. Next book I'm hauling is Every You, Every Me by David Levithan. Once again, I had no idea that this was so short, so it's going to be a fun read, a fun quick read at that. And this book is about this guy, this teenager named Evan, who is psychologically tormented and stalked. And this appealed to the psychology student in me. So like I mentioned, this is about a teenager named Evan who is stalked. And one thing that's very interesting about this book is when he finds photographs that his stalker leaves for him, they're actually included in the book, so we get to see why they're so unsettling for him. So I feel like that is really interesting, and this kind of feels like a little bit of a psychological thriller, which I'm totally into, so I'm really excited for this. And David Levithan is a fantastic author, so I'm really excited to see what kind of psychological torment and stuff awaits me in this book. Up next are Hemlock and Willow Grove by Kathleen Peacock. This is book 1 and book 3 in the Hemlock trilogy. I ordered books off of Chapters Indigo. I ordered 3 off of Chapters Indigo to complete series and or trilogies that I ordered off of Bookoutlet and that they were missing a book. So Bookoutlet didn't have the second book in the Hemlock trilogy, so I ordered that one. It's on its way and I'll haul it when I receive it. I have no idea when that's supposed to be. But yes, so I have book 1 and book 3. I'm waiting on book 2. So this trilogy has been along for quite some time, and I have been eyeing them for quite a long time as well. I looked at my Bookoutlet wish list and it was quite far down in the list, so I've added this quite a while ago. And I think this is a paranormal romance, if I'm not mistaken. Beyond that, I don't really know what it's about, but I do know that a lot of people really do enjoy this trilogy, so I'm really excited to get to it as well. I don't read a lot of paranormal romance. I don't read a lot of romance in general, but I do feel like I will like this, so I'm really excited to see if I will like it. Up next are 2 books that I'm really happy I found on Bookoutlet, and they are Reboot and Rebel by Amy Tintera. This I know what it's about. vaguely, but it's about this girl named Ren who dies, and when you die in this universe, the number of minutes that it takes you to come back to life kind of determines how strong you are in your afterlife. So I'm not quite sure if this is kind of like a zombie thing or like a robot thing or a futuristic thing. Well, it might be a futuristic thing, but so this character Ren revived after 178 minutes, and the longer it takes you to come back to life, the stronger you are. So I believe that because she came back after 178 minutes, she's one of the strongest of her kind. I believe this is only a duology, so I'm really excited for it since I don't read a lot of duologies. I don't think I've ever read a duology, come to think of it, but I'm really excited for these. My younger sister Alyssa, who you've seen a couple of times on this channel way back in the past, owns the first one. She hasn't read it yet, but I was thinking about borrowing it from her, but since I saw them on Bookoutlet, I got both of them. So this is going to be probably a summer read, or whenever my semester ends, more like it. So that's it for Reboot and Rebel. Next, I got Ignite Me and Unite Me by Tahira Mafi. I have the two first books, which are right here, and I read the first one for Booktube-a-thon 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, and I quite enjoyed it, but I only had the two first books, so I wanted to wait until I got the other ones. I think you guys are starting to see a pattern here. I really like marathoning my series because I feel like you forget details less that way. But yes, I got Ignite Me and I got the bind up of novellas, which are Destroy Me and Fracture Me. I'm really obsessed with these covers. They're super gorgeous, and also Restore Me came out recently, so I'm really excited to get that one too. But I think I'm gonna have to wait until it comes out in paperback so they all match. I think there's a second novella bind up as well. I'm so out of the loop, you guys, but yes, really excited for these.
Can we start keeping a counter of how many times I say excited in this video? It's a lot.
Next, The Stars Never Rise by Rachel Vincent. To be honest, this was a total cover buy. It is a very pretty cover, and the hardcover only cost me $1, so it was a very hard deal to pass up. And I haven't seen this talked about a lot either on BookTube or Bookstagram, so I am really excited to see if I will like this. Probably. It looks like it's a fantasy or like maybe a paranormal romance. I don't know, but the cover is really pretty, and I'm gonna be honest, it's probably the only thing that drew me to this book. The next book that I got is probably the book that I'm most excited for in this entire Bookoutlet order, and it's Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. This has been on Bookstagram in probably like 50% of the posts I've seen recently. I don't quite know what genre this is from. I think it might be a historical fantasy or a historical romance and or fantasy. I don't really know. People seem to really enjoy it, so I'm really excited to get into this. Next, I have The Becoming of Noah Shaw by Michelle Hodkin. I haven't read the Mara Dyer trilogy. I own the first book. The second book is actually in this order, and the third one is on its way in my Chapters Indigo order. So I think the Noah Shaw series or trilogy is a spin-off of a character that's in the Mara Dyer trilogy. I could be completely wrong, but I am going to have to read those three before I get to this. I feel like I'll miss details that are kind of important to the story and to the understanding of the characters in here, so I'll have to read those first. But I saw it on Bookoutlet for very cheap in hardcover, so I couldn't resist to get it, so I got it. The next two books are The Infinite Sea and The Last Star, both by Rick Yancey. I have the first book, The Fifth Wave. Haven't read it yet because I wanted to read all three of the trilogy back to back. So I found both of them on Bookoutlet in hardcover for like $6-7 each, so I couldn't resist to get them, and I've heard nothing but good things, and I think even a movie was made, so I've been wanting to watch that, but I want to read the book first, so I'm gonna have to read all of these three before I watch the movie, and I feel like they'll be really fast to get to since they're not very big books, so I feel like this probably will be a summer read. Next, I have 10,000 Skies Above You and A Million Worlds With You, both by Claudia Gray. I'm going to be honest, this was another cover buy, but just look at these covers. Look how gorgeous they are. The first one, which is 1,000 Pieces of You, if I'm not mistaken, is on its way in my Chapters Indigo order as well. So those are the 3 books I ordered. The first book in this trilogy, the last book in the Mara Dyer trilogy, and the second book in the Hemlock trilogy. That's my order that I placed on Chapters Indigo. I saw that Bookoutlet had these 2, and I've been eyeing these for the past year. So when I saw them, I quickly snatched them up, and I really like the fact that they're floppy paperbacks. I feel like it's so satisfying. I don't know if you like floppy paperbacks like me, but I feel like when reading it, it's so fun. Like, you just flop the books around. I'm sounding completely weird, but it's something I do. And the covers are absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to feature these in my Bookstagram photos. It's gonna be so pretty. Next, I have A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGinnis. I think this is a fantasy about a girl who goes crazy or something. That's what I'm gathering from the title, but once again, I have no idea what this book is about, but I have seen it pop up on BookTube and Bookstagram for quite some time, so I'm really excited to get to this. I have no idea if this is a standalone or if it's going to be a trilogy or a series, so I'll have to look into that.
I really have to expand my happy vocabulary. I keep using the word excited.
Next book is The Accident Season by Maura Fowley Doyle, and this book, I saw it on Christine from Poland Bananas Books channel, and in her video, which she featured this, it was her top 10 books that scared me video, I think. And she said that this book scared her in the way that it was anxiety inducing because, let's be honest, a season where everyone is prone to accidents and where accidents happen a lot is very anxiety inducing. So I thought that this would be really interesting to read. I think this is kind of like a creepy contemporary, so I am really excited. And I read on the back that is for fans of We Were Liars and How I Live Now. So I love We Were Liars. It's one of the best books I've ever read, so I feel like I will love this as well, so I can't wait to find out. Next, I have The Crown's Game and The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye. I haven't heard a lot about these books. I feel like no one talks about these, but I did see them a few times on Bookstagram in some of my friends' photos. So just looking at the covers, it gives me kind of like Throne of Glass vibes, like kingdom, magic, olden times, all of that stuff. That's what I'm getting just from the covers. So I'm going to be super happy if it is kind of like Throne of Glass, because Throne of Glass is really good. But I'm honestly a sucker for anything that's kind of like kingdom, magic, forbidden stuff, all of that. So I feel like I will love these as well. My book stack on my left is becoming very perilously high. I am afraid to see if it's going to fall down, but so far it's not, so we're just gonna keep rolling with it. Next I have And I Darken by Kirsten White. I know the second book is out. It's Now I Rise, and Bookoutlet had it, but they had it in hardcover, and I wanted them to match since I got it in paperback. It's another one of those floppy paperbacks, so I'm super excited for this. And one fun thing, this is a Target copy. I know Bookoutlet, the reason why they sell their books so cheap is because they get stock extras from like bookstores, publishers, and all that. So I guess this is a stock extra from Target. So that's really interesting because I live in Canada and we had Targets for like a month or two before they all shut down. So that's a really interesting thing. But I love Kirsten White. She's such a good author. I have a few of her books. I haven't read all of them though, and I have heard nothing but good things about this. People love this book, so I'm really excited what to see the hype is about, and I love Kirsten White's writing, so I'm really excited to see what kind of dark and twisty story she wrote for us this time. The next book is The Evolution of Mara Dyer, and like I mentioned when I hauled the Noah Shaw book, I only have the first one in this trilogy. Now I have the second one, and the third one is on its way, so I'm waiting until I got all 3 to read them. And people have been telling me that this is a really good, creepy, plays with your mind type of story, so I love those, the ones that really make me freak out a little bit when I'm reading, that make you go like OMG. those books are my favorite ones, and I feel like I'm going to love this if this series, or trilogy rather, makes me think all of those things. So I know that Christine from Poland Bananas Books once again really liked this series. She thought it was really beautifully creepy, and that she read it and she kind of felt unsettled. So I'm really excited to see what the hype is about surrounding this, but I'm pretty sure I will love it. Next, I have Confess by Colleen Hoover. I have read one book by Colleen Hoover so far, and I think it's hopeless. I have it on my e-reader, and I read it pretty fast 2 or 3 years ago. I'm pretty much due for a reread of that since I don't remember any of the story. But if you guys are new to my channel, then I'm not a very big contemporary fan. I do have quite a few of them, but I don't tend to reach for them. I don't know why, but I prefer crime, creepy books, mystery books, and also fantasy way more than contemporary, because I feel like I haven't read any good contemporaries.
Ooh, that voice crack.
But yes, I feel like I haven't read any good contemporaries lately, and Colleen Hoover is a very praised contemporary writer, so I'm really excited to see if she's going to wow me with another one of her books, because I did really like Hopeless. And in 2019, I really want to read more contemporaries to kind of balance out all of the creepy and fantasy books I'm reading. So this was on Bookoutlet, and I think there was only one copy left of this when I put it in my cart, so I got very lucky. But yes, I'm really excited for this one. And the last book for today's haul is Everything by Nicola Yoon. It's another contemporary book. I'm very proud of myself right now. I got this book to kind of push myself to read more contemporaries again, like I mentioned when I hauled Confess. I really want to read more contemporaries this year, so I feel like if I get a lot of contemporaries that are raved about and that people say nothing but good things for, it will kind of make me want to read them more. So that's my hope with this. But the cover is absolutely gorgeous. It has been actually recommended to me quite a few times, so I am really excited to see if I will like it. So those were all of the books that I had to haul and show you guys in this massive haul. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm really excited to be back on BookTube. It's my #1 goal and resolution. I feel like I'll only be able to upload once every week, but I feel like already that is better than my uploading schedule that I had years and years ago. That is it for me today. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this massive haul. Let me know in the comments down below if you received any books for Christmas, and or if you ordered books off of the Bookoutlet Boxing Day sale. And if you have a video for that on YouTube, link your video link down below and I will go watch it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And also don't forget to click the button down below to subscribe to support me in my return to Bookstagram. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!